Hi and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. My name is Nikki Kirk and I've been doing retail arbitrage selling on Amazon for 4.5 years now, all from my RV, which I am currently sitting in. This is my little office slide. Once was the dinette slide and then I reconverted it to an office. Today we're going to talk about preparing for the end of the year and income taxes. So I'm not talking sales tax. I have a couple other videos, I will link them below, that go over sales tax. That's completely different. We're just talking income taxes and the end of the year expenses. Just a reminder that I am not a tax expert. I am just sharing my own personal experiences and working with an accountant, bookkeeper. So none of this is professional tax advice. I'm just telling you like what I do and what I've learned. So please consult a tax professional on anything tax-wise. If you are selling on Amazon, you are running a business. So all of your business expenses are tax deductible. So the Amazon fees, the cost for your inventory, the software, trainings, tools, supplies, all of that is a expense on your business, a tax deductible expense. This is why it's so important from the beginning to separate your business and personal finances. So even if it's just a regular personal checking account or personal credit card, but all you do on that account is business expenses, business stuff. Everything is business related. No personal stuff whatsoever. That does mean that like when I go to Target or Walmart that I'm doing two transactions. So I'm doing my personal if I'm buying personal stuff and then my business. So it's really important to separate those two. If you haven't been until now, just start now and just make a note like starting this date is when you did it. But it is really important to separate everything. It makes your life a lot easier when it comes to do taxes. Because all of your business stuff is a tax write-off, the end of the year is a great time to buy any of those tools or software, supplies, trainings, anything that you need for your business because you can write it off. So if you want to take advantage of the most tax deductions that you can, definitely stocking up on supplies and those kind of things at the end of the year is a great idea. So in this video, I'm going to tell you my top 10 software, supplies, and tools that I recommend for Amazon sellers because they are things I use and that can really help you out. I'm also going to cover at the end of the video where you will get your 1099 from Amazon and the reports that you will pull if you do not get a 1099. The number one tool that I recommend to any seller is Keepa. It is actually probably the most affordable out of all of them. They do have a free version of it, but the free version does not tell you the sales rank and a lot of other information that is super helpful when you are new or experienced to know if your item is going to be a good buy or not. If you can check Keepa often, you can minimize any bad buys. So really quickly, I'll walk you through some of the reasons I love it. So I just really quickly went and found like a random first thing that came to my head. Peanut M&Ms. So I picked a listing that Amazon was on so that I can show you. All of this yellow here, orange, yellow, whatever, is Amazon selling it. You can see during October and September for a couple times they got out of it. They weren't selling it. And then of course the price went up. Here is what you would get when you have the paid version. So you can see the sales rank is always pretty solid, never really going above 20,000. So right here is the sales rank. And then down here you can see offer counts. So 55 new offers on November 8th. You can see that down there. And that's really good when it comes to IP, like potential IP problems. If you're not sure if a brand is bad or not, I always recommend looking how many offers there were. If there's always a lot of offers, well, there's a lot of people selling it, so it's more likely that it won't have an IP threat. Anyways, I'll get into that in a little bit, but this is one reason that I love Keepa. You could also click right here and it would take you over to the Amazon product page. And if you click data right here, it has buy box statistics. And you can see that Amazon gives themselves the buy box 100% of the time. So I would not list this product if Amazon was selling it because they do not share the buy box. So those are just a couple of the really quickly, like it doesn't take very long at all to look this up in the store. You can use the app. There's a Keepa app for iPhone and Android. So definitely recommend. It's 19 euros, it is in euros a month, or you can do it for 149 euros a year. That's what I do because my bank does charge foreign transaction fees, so I just take the one, and you also save it comes out like to 12 euros a month instead of the 19. But it's, like I said, it's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like $22 or something. That's the current price. They could change their pricing at any time, but as of right now, that's how much it is. So I don't have a link or discount for them. Unfortunately, they don't do a lot of discounts, but it is the number one that I would recommend to invest in your business. And if you want the most out of your tax deduction, you can go ahead and do that whole year and just get the whole tax write-off. The number 2 product that I use all the time whenever I am preparing and listing products is RevSeller. So RevSeller is a Chrome extension that adds a little box that is super helpful to every Amazon product page. So let's go back to these M&Ms and I will show you how it works. So here we have this box right here is RevSeller. Now you can see it's telling me that this is meltable. Why that matters is in the summer months, you can't send anything meltable FBA, you have to FBM it. So now I know I can't send this product from, I think it's like April to mid-October now, I'm not sure. Amazon sends a note out telling everyone. You can also see here that I'm able to sell it. If I wasn't able to sell it, it would say red restricted right there. I've got the ASIN really quickly. I just click it and it's copied it. Right here is the FBA, how many offers there are. So there's 44 FBM and 2 FBA. Let's say I found this for $19.99. Now I can see I would be making 63 cents or losing $7 if I was to do an FBM. Let's say it was actually $9.99. Now I'm making $2 FBM, but if I was to do an FBA, it's making $10. I love right here, you click the break even. So how I use RevSeller is to make my SKUs. So like I said, I use it every time I'm listing a product. So when I'm making my SKUs for this one, let's say I got it at Costco, I'd say CO for Costco, and then I'd say it was $9.99. My break even, I do the letter B or BE for break even, and then I would say my FBA break even price, you can see here, is $20.46. So my SKU would be CO $9.99, BE $20.46. And that is how I can make my SKUs. Why it's important to make your SKUs, and you can make your SKUs however you want to, is because it transfers over to when you're in your manage inventory and you can see what's that break-even price. What's the lowest price you can go on your item before you start to lose money? So it's really important for that. It's also really important because it pulls over to Sellerboard and InventoryLab. So if you're going to use either one of those, which I will get into in a second, it also pulls there so you can enter your cost of goods really easily. So it's really important for me to have the SKUs. I didn't do it for the first 6 months because I really didn't understand it. You don't have to make a SKU. And then once I realized how crucial it is to pricing, then I did it, and now that it goes through to all those other programs, it's also really important for me to do it. So again, it could be anything you want. SKU is stock keeping unit, SKU, and that's what it stands for. It's your personal, you as the retailer, what you want to stock keeping unit, what you want to track your item with. So anyways, that's what your SKU is, and that's why I use it. For FBM also, if you click this right here, you can see that it's estimating that my shipping, if I were to FBM this, shipping to buyer, it would be about $15. So it's probably because of the weight of the item, but it's also helpful for that. It is like a nice to know when you're doing FBM for me. I don't necessarily use it all the time, but it is there for you to help you. It's got just really awesome stuff. If you wanted to list the product, you would just click this and it takes you over to your Amazon Seller Central and you can begin listing the product. RevSeller did give me a promo code, so I've got it all of these links to these products are listed below, and you can save $20 off your first year. It is $99 a year, but you can save on your first year if you sign up with the link and promo code below. Okay, so my next tool software is Sellerboard. I love Sellerboard because the app is amazing. It's an easy visual way to quickly see how your sales and profit are doing. You can see your ROI, which is your return on investment, and your profit margin at any point, just quickly on the app. They also have a desktop platform, which is where you would do most of your work. The app is more for just like seeing, you can't really do anything in it except for see your sales and filter and that kind of stuff. But on the desktop, you can see a little bit more, as well as request refunds back from Amazon on stuff they've lost. I did a whole video on that and I will link it here to how you can use Sellerboard. It's a nice to have, you don't necessarily need it, but Sellerboard did give me a link which gives you 2 free months to try it out. You don't have to put your credit card or anything, so you can try it out for yourself and see if you like it. The other product that I started using this year that often comes up because people kind of get them confused is InventoryLab. InventoryLab has been such a blessing to me in getting my shipments out done faster. So InventoryLab does a whole lot of stuff, and I don't fully use it entirely, but it will run reporting for you. It tracks your inventory, like how much sales you have, your profit potential. You might have seen in my recent videos, I've been showing you the screen, because instead of doing that whole spreadsheet that I used to do, it's just there when I list them. It tells me how much profit. I don't have to manually do it. So that's been amazing, just me for the videos wise, but also it's just nice to see how my profit's shaking out every time. So really how I use it right now is to just list stuff. I don't use it for anything else, so I can't really tell you everything else, but I know a lot of people love it for its reporting. So the difference between InventoryLab and Sellerboard, I think, is that Sellerboard has the app and it just tells you how the profit is and how your business is doing really quickly. InventoryLab I use to list and prep. So what I do is I will add my SKUs into InventoryLab, same way I do it, only it's a little bit easier. There's less buttons to click around because it's all on one screen. So you just say what your item is, what you paid for it, what you want to list it at, make your SKU, and then list it, and it adds it all. And then when you get all your products listed, it will push you over to creating a shipment, and so it breaks it out, it gets it from Amazon where they want it, and then at that point it pushes it over to Amazon. It makes it so much easier because since I'm using the Rollo, and I think you can probably do it with regular printer, I'm not 100%, but it just will print out the labels every time I add a product, so I can label and prep right there. And while I'm just quickly on the subject, when it sends to Amazon the shipments and you do that point, I've just been paying Amazon to sort it. It is kind of expensive right now during Q4, it's 30 cents an item, but I don't have to break out in the shipment like how many items are in this box. I literally just pack it up in boxes, and for me it is worth it because I don't have anyone helping me with the prep. It's the same as paying someone at this point. Like, I'm just paying Amazon 30 cents an item to be able to just box it up and send it out. To me, they do two completely different things. You don't necessarily need both. You could pick one or the other. If I was gonna just pick one, I'd probably do InventoryLab at this point because it is so much easier to list and prep, especially with send to Amazon, which is totally new and slightly confusing, but yeah. So I think Sellerboard is $19.99 a month and InventoryLab is $49.99 a month. So those are the prices on that. I do have a link to InventoryLab. It is 30 days for free, so again, you can try it out and see if you like it. If you are worried about IP, potential IP complaints, counterfeit complaints, all of that kind of stuff, IP Alert might be for you. So IP Alert is a Chrome extension, and they also have a way to put it on your phone, which tells you if a brand has issued IP complaints to the Amazon selling community, because it is kind of crowdsourced, so people send in to IP Alert like if they got IP for something, so it adds it to its database. So I know that North Face they're known for IPs, so I just want to add to one, and here you go. You can see IP Alert just pops up right on the product page to let you know. Now what that means is that sometimes I get something home and I see this and I go, ugh, okay, I think I'm going to take it back. If it's a brand I've never sold before and I'm not really sure, sometimes I'll ask in the Bolo group, like, is this brand okay? Has anyone else been selling it? And they'll say yes or no. But if like Hamilton Beach is I think I had like last year, it was like a Thanksgiving carver knife. It popped up. I didn't really know about the brand. It seems like a brand that maybe it would, so I just went ahead and took it back to the store. There are times when it pops up on things like Pokemon or Starbucks, and I'm like, I've been selling that no problem. So it's not foolproof, but it is a way to help you out to understand if it might have potential IP problems. Now, if you do get an IP complaint, I have another video and a blog post about that, so I will link those here and you can check that out if you need some more information there. IP Alert has a lifetime pass, so it's just one time you pay for it, and they gave me a $30 off promo code. So again, all these links are below for all the different tools, so if you want to check it out, you can grab that. Here's what it looks like on the phone. Again, it just really tells you, it also tells you if the product is meltable or not. So if you put in the ASIN, it'll tell you if it's meltable, which again is helpful during the summer months. But on the phone, you can't put in an ASIN, you have to put in the brand name to see if it has IP Alert. Another tool I started using this year is BuyBotPro. The app is now called BuyBotGo, but the platform is still BuyBotPro. So how I use the app is, I think they have a lot of stuff that can pop up on your product page on Amazon, but I just use the app in store. It is a scanning app and it does tell you a lot of information. However, it is really slow in the store, so I don't really use it. I use it occasionally, kind of like I use Keepa to check on a product. So here again, we have North Face, And you can see here the IP alert pops up, so that's really nice. If I put in how much I paid for it, I said it was going to be $19.99. The sale price right here is $54.95. You can see up here the profit. I also like that it tells me the break-even price. So if I'm listing FBM in store, I will usually use this to see what the break-even price is so I can make my SKU. So this one will be $36.83 is the break-even price. You can check if you can sell it. You can check hazmat. There's a lot of different functions to it. It is a really handy app. I would say it's nice to have. If you have IP alert, then maybe you don't really need this because it's kind of the same thing as far as in store. But again, it is nice to have. I don't know if you necessarily need it. If you need any tools, training, supplies, any kind of those things, so like the ungating guides, if you need to get ungated, the end of the year might be a great time to do that because that is cost of goods. It's an expense, both the guide, if you buy a guide, your order you place, even if you never sell those products, those are all tax deductible. So I have my guides, I've got the Bolo group. If you are brand new and want to get started or you need my help, I've got the beginner FBA training course. So all of those are, again, tax deductible. You use your business cards to purchase them. You keep the receipts that you get. You do get receipts, and those are all tax deductions. So again, if you need to get ungated, maybe now might be the time. I have all the links below if you want my help with it. Okay, so I went to grab my poly bags because supplies. Poly bags. Now is the perfect time to stock up if you haven't already for Q4 on poly bags. Get all of your supplies that you might need now because, so here is, I recently got these, they're like bank bags, but anyways, they're holding my poly bags to semi-be organized. Spartan Industrial is the best poly bag, so I just stocked up last week on all my different sizes. I got these bags to hold them in so they stop falling out of my cabinet every time I open it, and so far it's been great. Packing tape. So I think I might have mentioned in the video that I've been on the hunt for packing tape because my tape never sticks. What I learned was, someone in the Q4 group, I think it was, told me that it's actually the Walmart boxes. So the Walmart boxes have some weird coating that the packing tape won't stick to. I started using Lowe's boxes now and it does stick to it better, so it was probably that. But anyways, stock up on packing tape or any other supplies that you might need. I literally just ordered from Uline because people recommended the 3-inch like packing gun tape. So I got like 24 rolls of Uline 3-inch packing tape. Any other supplies you might need, like the bundle stickers or these black stickers. All the links to my Amazon supplies are below, but these black stickers, if something has a price on it, like from Walmart, you get like the holiday stuff and then it's got like $9.99 all over the box. I've just been sticking these on and it's not been a problem. So any of the supplies you might need, now is the time to stock up. And the last thing that I truly 100% recommend, it's been life-changing along with InventoryLab, a Rollo printer. It's been amazing. It makes FBM so much more fun. InventoryLab, like I said, it spits the label out every time you put it in, so I can just label it right away. You don't have to like look for the label, find the product, try to find the label, all of that. So this, it's a little spendy. It is $200 or $180, the price changes, but it's totally worth it. So if you have some extra money and you want to take that business expense, I highly recommend. It's been awesome. Okay, so now for the forms and reports that Amazon sends you for your taxes, for your personal income tax or business income tax or however your company's built. Anyways, it's a 1099K and it is like a contractor. You would get a 1099. The K is just because it's a third-party payment, so it's processing payments for you through Amazon's system, and so that's why you get the 1099K. As of last year, and I'm sure it's the same, you only get this form if you have had 200 transactions or over $20,000 paid out to you. So you might not get it if you're new or you're a smaller seller, but don't worry because there's a report that you should pull either way if you get it or not, because it tells you a lot of the fees that you're going to need for your taxes. To download your 1099 when it's available, you would just go to Reports and then Tax Document Library, and your 1099 will be there so you can see all I've got mine. If you do not get this document, here's how you can run the report. You would go to your Reports and Payments. Then you want to click on the Date Range Report tab. You want to click here, Generate Report, and then you click Summary option because you want to see everything. And then we're going to pick our custom dates of January 1st to December 31st. Obviously, it is not that, so I'm just gonna do till December 1st, because in January you'll do this to December 31st. It's gonna take a little while to generate, but once it does, you'll see something that looks like this. I've blurred out all of the numbers, of course, but it tells you basically the same thing that your 1099. It actually tells you more. So whether you're doing your own taxes or you're going to a tax professional, it tells you all the fees you paid to Amazon, all the shipping, everything. All of those fees and expenses, again, are tax write-off. So you definitely want to have this report and send it to your accountant, CPA, whoever, or use it yourself if you're doing your own taxes. I did do my own taxes for 3 years with TurboTax, and it is pretty easy. As long as you have all your stuff separated, you can grab all this stuff. It's like a full, like, stressful day of grabbing it all and going through all the receipts, but it is relatively easy with TurboTax. They walk you through step by step. Did you have this? Yes, no, here, put your numbers, all that. So I liked it. It was easy for me. So that is it. Those are my top 10 tools and how to grab your Amazon sales reports for your taxes. I will be back next year with a whole more in-depth tax video once it's January, because you can now pull all the reports. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this year. It has been awesome. I wish you guys a very happy holidays and a happy new year. Congrats to my December giveaway winner, and I will see you guys back here in January for some more Amazon selling videos.